Hey there, I'm back. Welcome to another restoration video on this 1985 Volkswagen Scirocco Mark II. If you're new to the channel and you found me through a search or by mistake, or just sort of thought it might look interesting, welcome. I appreciate you taking a look. And for all the folks that have been following me over this long journey, I appreciate you coming back as well. If you're not familiar, I am the only owner of this vehicle. I drove it off the car lot brand new in 1986 and put a tad over 100,000 miles on the clock. In my last restoration video, I started work on the really extremely cracked dashboard. Ended that up with the promise of there being a part 2. There will be a part 2. Stay tuned. In the meantime, weather turned cold. I had some travel. Last video I actually put up was sometime at the Nürburgring in Germany. After that, I took a week and went to Prague in the Czech Republic, and it just was too dang cold when I returned home to work in the garage on anything in this car. Now, with that said, I have been able to do two things which I think are moving me closer to the goalpost. Number one, in this video, I was able to get the cylinder head finally put back on this car. And then number two, and probably even more challenging, was I was able to attach the exhaust downspout to the exhaust manifold, which seems like in and of itself a pretty easy job, but I don't know what the German engineers were thinking with this engine design. The downspouts connected to the exhaust manifold by two C-clamps, and those C-clamps and the pipe have to be attached after the head's on the block. So we'll get to that. It's not as easy as it sounds. Also, simply sourcing an exhaust downspout pipe for this car was a major undertaking. More on that story in a bit, but boy, what a journey. So that brings us to this video. What I want to do is send you back in time to past me putting on the cylinder head, and then when that's done, we'll come back to today me and tackle the exhaust downspout. Enjoy. Hey, all right, so today is the day. It's been a long time coming. Today's the day we put the cylinder head back on.
Woohoo! Shut up! Are you kidding me?
Yes! Hell yeah!
All right, so this should be fairly simple. I think this surface is fairly flat and clean. Did just a little bit of Scotch-Brite on these top of the pistons just to clean them up a little bit. Obviously have a brand new head gasket which is going to go on here. I probably could have put this thing on myself, but just having another pair of hands is going to help, I believe, so that we don't damage that head gasket. Again, this should be a fairly simple installation. Put the gasket on, doesn't require any sealant. I've got the torque specs, the torque sequence, which I'll show on both of the Haynes and the Bentley manuals have that. So I think without any further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so here's the cylinder head that's been assembled for, gosh, a long time. I'm embarrassed to even think about how long this thing has been assembled and ready to go. Again, here's the interface with the exhaust donut, which is going to come into the exhaust downspout. I think it's probably a losing proposition to put that exhaust downspout on first and try to snake it into the cavity. I did go out and buy this sort of linear tool, which I'm hoping to put on these springs, which go like yay on the exhaust manifold. We're gonna have to do that from beneath. We'll see how that works. I don't know any other way to do it, to tell you the truth. I'll utilize the lift. We'll get this thing on first. We'll get it torqued down to where it needs to be, and then I'll lift the car up and see if we can pull that exhaust downspout from the bottom, and hopefully there's enough room in there to use this linear type tool versus the other one that I had been using, which was sort of this monstrosity. Maybe we'll end up having to do that as well. I don't know, but I have hopes that this one will work. So before we decided to put the head onto the block, we just wanted to make sure that all the pistons were freely moving and gave us also an opportunity to throw a little bit of oil and lubricate the cylinder walls.
Yeah, look at that. All right, there's TDC, I think. Top dead center. Okay, those two pins will mark it right back there. And that's not right.
Yeah, that needs to, no.
No.
There you go.
There we go. Okay. I thought that one was a little dirty. Still says top right there. Oh, it's nice. That's nice. Nice. Okay. Let's set that head on there. It should line up perfect. All right. I think I've got it. If you can help me a little bit, right? All right, just should be.
There's nothing that it sits on, it's just the bolts, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's grab a couple of bolts. There. Let's take this. That down pipe is the only thing that's going to be a problem. I need one more bolt.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. We'll be able to run them on down.
All right, so we got front one.
Okay. Two is behind it. This. Okay. Now change it to
43.
43. Keep going. Okay.
Well, now it says a half turn beyond. So you go through the pattern and you tighten them a half turn total.
All right. That's a quarter turn. But it's amazing how much more they'll go down, isn't it? That's good. I mean, that is tough.
Yeah, I wanted to do it at ambient temperature before it got cold.
Yeah.
A few moments later.
All right, got the head on. Got the timing chain or timing belt put on, the lower cover put on, and the pulleys down here. The next thing, which is going to be challenging, is the... So let's see if you remember when we took the cylinder head off way back. Underneath the car, basically took the Sawzall out and cut the downpipe.
There we go. Just like butter.
The exhaust downspout out in half so that we could pull the cylinder head out, because it needed to clear the space which is down here, basically where the axle is coming in. That with the head on top and the exhaust manifold to the back, that downspout is going to come right down in here and then head back to the back of the car. So there's not a whole lot of room, and probably not thinking clearly, cut that thing in half and we're able to get the cylinder head off. But then if you've been following it, this progress, you know I had one heck of a time finding a replacement. Couldn't find anything in the United States, couldn't find anything on eBay. Did find a number of places in the UK and Germany that actually had them in stock online, but they would not ship to the United States.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
So, was able to put out a plea at the end of that video, and a number of the folks that watch these videos had reached out to me and said, hey, we'd be happy to help. Let us know what you want to do and we'll get it shipped to you. And that's exactly what I did. All right, here it is. From Germany via the UK to the United States. That's right, baby. We got an exhaust downspout.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, so here it is. Just looked at it next to the original one, and it appears to be the right pipe. The only thing that's different is on this new one, it's got a port right here. My original one is just one solid piece of pipe, but I noticed that in the box, HJS had included a plug. All right, so that should not be a deal or an issue. Hey, so this is the point in the video where I want to take a moment and send out a very special thank you to the folks that helped me get the exhaust downspout shipped over from Europe. I couldn't have made this happen without them. Following the video that I had where I mentioned that I was having problems having an exhaust downspout sent to me, a number of the folks that watch this channel had actually reached out to me via email and extended a hand that if I needed some help to get that part over here, they would be happy to do that. Cue Mr. Russell Robson from the UK. Russ has been watching the videos for quite a while now. We chat on email back and forth, and Russ has reached out to me and said he'd be happy to try to get that part to me, and that's exactly what we did. So got it worked out that Russ was able to order the part online from Germany, have it shipped to his place in the UK, and then was gracious enough to have it repackaged and sent out to me in the United States. So again, I really thank you, Russ. Thank your wife as well for reaching out. It sort of renews my faith in humanity, that there are great people out there willing to help others. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate it.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Well, boy, it's been several months, right? It's been too damn cold to work out here. Here we are. It's a little bit warmer. It's middle of February 24. It's supposed to be about 60 degrees today, maybe. So, the project of the day is this thing.
Fucking A.
Let's see if I can get this exhaust downspout on the cylinder head. Oh, that exhaust downspout has got to go right down in here. Oh. And there is not a lot of room down in here. So here's the donut. Here's the exhaust manifold. So we're gonna see what we can do with an extra pair of hands. This is definitely not a one-handed or one-person job. Let's see what we can do to get this thing on. If I can't get this thing on from the bottom and get our hands in underneath the intake manifold to utilize this tool, this is an inline tool that will spread these clips apart. That's what's holding the exhaust manifold and the downspout together. As you crank on this from either side, it'll either move it, spread these across out and open this up so that you can then clamp the two together, top and bottom, and then close it. I tried using this old system. Well, I actually did use this old system to get it off, and it's somewhat similar. You crank on this bolt and it moves the things back and forth. However, you can see that it stripped out this bolt, so I don't think there would be enough room for that one in there anyway. So let's see if we can get that downspout on.
Fucking A. Fucking A.
All right, so let's see here. Right there is the donut coming off of the exhaust manifold. Here is the exhaust downspout, and gotta get up from the bottom and get those C-clamps put on. It's gonna be challenging. From the top, here's the intake, obviously, and there's no way to get your hand down in there to put that one C-clamp in, and there's the donut down here, and it may be slightly easier to get that on, maybe from this side.
You serious?
To start the first one, but down below is where it's going to be more challenging. So getting it in on this side, if I can get the other one on first, and you see that this down spout has to go under the sway bar up. It's got the heat shields on. It's going to be challenging to get in there.
That's what she said.
A few moments later.
All right, so there it is. Here's the exhaust downspout coming off of the exhaust manifold, and you can see right here, here's one of the clips, one of the C clips, and you can see this thing is now in the channel. The other C clip is right there. This was definitely a two-person job. So the tool that we used, inline tool, which is basically lowered down from the top right here, and then we were able to move this over, get it into place, and then use the ratchet to take it from the expanded state into the compressed state, and it worked on both sides. Again, you needed someone to be able to hold this on both sides, but in the end it was done.
Fucking A.
So I'm pretty happy now. I've got this thing ready to accept if I'm going to put a cat in, or at least the rest of the exhaust system is ready to be bolted on. So one major hurdle overcome.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Here's to you, Mr. Exhaust Downspout Pipe Attacher Guy. It takes real planning and patience to wait over a year before attaching a 3-foot-long pipe to a 40-year-old car, but you did it.
He finally got around and did it.
You crawled under that car, risking a crushing death if the jacks failed. You risked bloody knuckles to get the job done.
So much blood everywhere.
You are an inspiration to all the other downspout pipe attacher wannabes out there. Well done, pipe attacher guy. Well done. So crack open an ice-cold Bud Light, attacher guy, because we knew when you were ready to handle your pipe, you would. The creator of this content does not endorse Bud Light.